So I had an interesting dream last night, which kind of relates to this. And it was kind of one of these like bizarre dreams. It didn't start off very pleasant. Like you know those when you have a recurring dream which comes back over and over again, it tends to not be the ones that are like really nice. I don't know why, but you tend to have the other ones that come back. This was an interesting dream because it felt like a recurring dream, but it was not. So it felt like a recurring dream, but it was not. And the theme that kept recurring was actually, perhaps it felt like a recurring dream because it was a similar theme to like when I was like younger in school. Did anyone have those dreams where you have to go to school to take a test or an exam or something, and you haven't learned anything, you haven't studied, or and you don't know it? Anyone have that sort of thing, or was it just me? Right? I guess it felt a little like that. It felt like I was in this in the space with all these people around. I didn't know any of them, and there's something I had to do. The problem is I could not remember what it was, and I felt this need that I really need to do something, but I didn't know where to begin. I started getting this like hot and cold flush. Should I do it now? I don't know what it is. What if I do the wrong thing? What will they think about me? And all these thoughts started going through my mind. And of course, meanwhile, the pressure's building up. There's these people there, and it's like an expectation beginning to develop. There's something I have to do, and I don't know what it is. Luckily, the dream kind of continued. One of the figures turned around. It was an old mentor of mine from school, one of my school teachers. He taught classics, Latin and Greek and so on. And he was there in his full like master's robes. And he took me to one side. And he said, "What's the matter?" It says, "I can't remember what I am supposed to do here. I feel like I'm supposed to do something. Like something has to happen, and I don't know what it is. And I'm afraid that I might do it wrong." And he listened patiently. And he smiled at me in that way that I recall from when I was at school. And he was an Irish master, so he had a little twinkle, you know the Irish twinkle? This little twinkle in his eyes. And it was always like, you couldn't tell if he was being serious or playful, or maybe he was always both. And he had this little twinkle in his eye. And he said, "You don't need to remember anything. All you have to do is trust. Because inside, you have a feeling that you really wish to do something." I couldn't help but agree with him. Where do you think that feeling comes from? It can only come from some part of you that knows what to do. And I started thinking about that. And intellectually, I realized he was right, but I still didn't know what to do. And he smiled and says, "That's right. You don't need to know what to do yet. All you have to do is follow that instinct, that feeling, that sense that's inside. Let it guide you towards what needs to be done. Don't rush it. No need to be in a hurry to get it done. Just let it guide you. When you follow that feeling, what is just the first thing that you'd like to do?" Well, the answer was simple for me. I'd like to just go up to one of these people and start talking. There's something I need to do, something I need to find out. Well, let's go and find out, shall we? You mean you're coming with me? Why not? It's your dream after all. You can bring along anyone you wish. And it's kind of comforting having an important figure from the past come with you on something important, an important task. And so we walked up to one person. It was a lady, rather large, had a big pearl necklace around her neck, wearing a blue dress. I don't know if the fact that she was wearing a blue dress means anything, but it seemed somehow significant. And I started talking to her. The interesting thing is, I really enjoyed the conversation so much that I forgot to think about what I was saying. It just flowed. Felt natural, felt good. Out of the corner of my eye, in the back of my mind, I could sense my old tutor, smiling and nodding, like everything was going just right. And it felt good. It felt really good. Felt good, so good, in fact, that when I woke up at the end of the dream, I just had this little glow left over. Do you know what I mean? You know when you wake up from a really good dream, it's a glow. Usually I forget my dreams. It's true. Usually I forget all of my dreams. But sometimes I remember them, or just remember the important parts of them. Do you know what I mean? Just those elements of the dream that are worth remembering. Just so you can kind of walk around with a quiet smile and just know that life is good. Sometimes, of course, I come back, forget the dream so thoroughly, I have no idea why I'm smiling. But it feels good anyway. So I apologize for digressing a little bit, because we're really talking about the PCAT formula, weren't we? I know, it happens from time to time. Don't worry, we'll edit this part out.